So I'm out here messing with my biomass converter. I'm using a rocket stove design. There's an internal piece of stainless steel that the barrel's sitting on, and an outer ring for exhaust. Having some trouble with the flue. I haven't got the flue hot enough yet, so it's smoking. I mean, it's a fair amount, but I mean, I'm creating biomass with what's inside the barrel, so it's going to smoke anyway. I'd like to eventually take the bung on this and pipe it in and actually re-burn it like the rocket stove is designed to do. But this is my first burn. Just thought I'd share it. There's some hearts we smelted over the weekend out of aluminum cans. But yeah, that's it. I've got this 55-gallon drum full of leaves. I packed them down in tight with my hands, nothing major, and then just lifted it up on top. The inner ring is actually a quarter keg that I purchased. I cut the top and the bottom off with my plasma torch. And this outer ring is a piece of stainless that I got from a local recycler. I have inlet holes around the bottom of it that coincide with the inlet holes on the inside of the keg, and eventually this will stop smoking completely, but it's not too bad when I only have 20. So it's been about an hour now. Still smoking a good bit. I'm gonna be losing light here soon, so I just thought I'd take this last opportunity to look around. I just had the top open on it. It's reduced about a third. There's a good bit of water coming off. I had to put this blower on it. I still have the smoke detectors in my house. It's really been smoking a lot. I definitely don't have the ports done right on my rocket stove, but well, we'll see if this works though. If it works, I'll make something better. Check in a little while. Hey, I'm back one more time, guys. I've taken and put some pipes across the barrel, the keg top, to get some air underneath between the keg and the 55-gallon barrel. Problem I was having, I just wasn't getting enough air out of it. I didn't put a big enough flue on it, so that's why it was smoking so bad. Now you can see it's just a light like steam. Most of it's all burnt down. Sorry, I'm kind of out of breath here. I just got done putting this thing back together, and then I realized, hey, I should have taken a video of that. So yeah, it's back, and it's moving some heat now, making some heat. So I don't know if I'm going to delete this video and make a new one because I'm out of breath and stuttering, or I don't know, I'm running out of sun here tonight, so I think I might just let it at that. So yep, we'll check back in here in about another hour. Okay guys, I just got the lights up here. Blind you for a minute. So just got the lights up. You can see there's no more smoke coming out around the barrel, and we have our first whiffs of steam. Maybe you can see it better back there, but first whiffs of steam starting to come out of this barrel. So before long, we'll start making some biochar. It's definitely not a fast process, but everything's free or recycled except for that inner keg that I paid $5 for. So, well, when I started off, this can was completely full, so it's definitely reducing. I took the lid off because I don't think I'm getting enough water out of it. It can't really evaporate away when it's all getting condensed on the lid and pushed back in. So I'm going to leave the lid off of it a little bit until it gets a little bit drier. Okay guys, it's time for a refuel. So you see here I have just my ordinary beer keg, quarter keg, sitting in the middle of a fire pit, suspended on cinder blocks. This is the stainless steel ring that goes around the outside for the reburning process. And on this pump up cart is my barrel. So the next thing that'll go on top of here will be the barrel. I'll have to sit the phone down to do it. I'll put my barrel on it. Then I'll slide this down over the outside. And I've been using some air just to speed things along. I was actually using oil and air earlier, and it seemed to work pretty good. I was really getting a decent burn out of it. Nothing's really changed inside of the barrel itself. It hasn't dropped anymore. I noticed that the steam was dropping off, so I figured it's probably about out. So I figured it was time for a refuel. I've been burning for about 3.5 going on 4 hours off of 4 pieces of wood this size. I just stuck them back in there to make a nice round, and once I put it all together, it'll start chimneying the air right up from the bottom, and it'll be rocking again. So I'm going to cut to it burning better. I almost forgot to mention, get out of the light, these pipes that I put on top. I just screwed those guys with some self-tapping screws. Fits in there perfectly snug. I couldn't have planned that if I tried. I just cut this piece of pipe the way I felt it should be cut, and that's just the way it worked out. So these are working very well to get the air moving. So my battery's about ready to run out, but you can see I've got the fire moving a little better, just using a little bit of air power. You can hear that little fan running, but I have it on its lowest setting. It's still smoking a little bit, but until all the wood starts burning a little bit better, it's going to. But this is probably about it for the night. You can see it started to steam again out of the top of the can. Just a slow, drawn out process. If this video is boring for you to watch, well, just imagine how bad it was for me to make. So probably won't see you again till tomorrow. Alright guys, well, it's tomorrow, and I have about a half a barrel, still fairly warm. Well, maybe not a half a barrel, maybe about a 5-inch thick layer, but this is, it's really hard to see this color. I can't really tell on my camera if it's picking it up. This is black, this is packed. This is carbon. This is still warm up here, but this is garbage. So I got about 4 inches of compacted char leaves, biochar. Yeah, here you can see 3.5, 4 inches thick. Just couple brown leaves here on top. This light's terrible, but just dry and ready to be turned into gunpowder or whatever you want. So I don't know if it was the most efficient thing. I ended up burning this at about 11 o'clock. I came out and re-stoked it again. My friend Paul came over from Downstream Outdoors, his YouTube channel. We were thinking about going together on a collaborative with this and making gunpowder. I'm not sure if this is pure enough to make gunpowder out of. It was just an experiment. I don't know that I'll be doing it again in this fashion. I learned a few things about my rocket stove. First thing with my rocket stove is that it's not that efficient. It needed air almost the whole time. It needed more vents in it, and it needed a baffle to keep the fire gas in to get a better reaction. So I think I might try this again. If I did it again, I would use propane and just sit this on top of a turkey cooker, the 55-gallon drum on a turkey cooker, and mix the leaves with chunks of hardwood. That way I can keep the hardwood chunks and use that for my barbecue grill, and use the leaves for biomass for a gasifier, or for gunpowder, or whatever I need carbon around for. So I wouldn't call it a complete failure of an experiment, but I don't think that it is efficient enough to warrant any other trials. So, alright, I guess that's all I have. I'm just kind of rambling on. Have a good one.